All right, this is from today's new player tournament. I got done with the stream and one of the players told me to check it out, and I did. And it turned out to be good enough to be worth casting. So let's frickin' do it. Standalone video. Renataki versus Vermintide. For the Skaven, Renataki's already triggering me as he did on stream by taking Throt, but whatever. We have Throt the Unclean, 4 Rat Ogres, a Mutant Rat Ogre, a Plague Priest with both summons, 2 Gutter Runners up front, then some Skaven Slave Spears front line with Clan Rats as well, and 4 Poisonwind Globes. On the other side, the Norscan player was rocking Marauders, all tournament, and he is continuing here. Marauder Bearmen, Marauder Regulars, Marauder Spears, Bearmen with great weapons, all here, all Marauders. We do have 2 Skin Wolves with armor, Wolfric on foot with Seafang, and then we have a Shaman of Fire with Burning Head on horseback. Throt and the Skaven gonna try and get a little bit of charging off while they can. Charging these unbraced Marauders, but the Bearmen have a lot of HP. So they can handle this. Ooh, they're just gonna chop that Rat Ogre down. He needs to run away, he took a lot of damage. Poor guy, poor thing. Now the Poisonwind Globe's gonna get involved. Globes, a lot better against cavalry these days than infantry, but they're still pretty darn good against infantry. Taking a 3rd HP off the Marauders each volley. Eventually those volleys start to add up. We have a bit of a main fight forming over here with Rat Ogres, Mutant Rat Ogre, and Throt trying to hold back Skin Wolves and Marauder Bearmen in front of the Globes. And that is really what's going on, is just everybody's trying to hold position in front of the Globes so that they can get some decent damage out. So my frame rate takes a bit of a dip. All the Globes hitting at the same time does cause a lot of weird particle effects. This game front line is not holding. Globes are getting a lot of damage out, but there are so many Marauders, and then a Seafang and a Burning Head going through the back line. Again, getting a lot of Skaven infantry out of the way. In comes a Bearman collapse from the top side. They've routed off some Rat Ogres, and they're now here for vengeance, pushing down into the Globes that they really need to shut down. So far, all 4 Globes still very healthy, and 3 of them are throwing. 1 is currently under attack by Bearmen. This left flank seems to be going pretty well for the Skaven. Globes are throwing at a giant pit of enemies, which is exactly what they want to be doing, and Throt and the Mutant Rat Ogre were able to peel off the Skin Wolf attack. Now Wolfric is stuck fighting Throt, though Wolfric might be okay, honestly. Throt is not a great sustained combatant. Oof, what's not going to be okay is that Shaman Sorcerer of Fire getting bullied by the Mutant Rat Ogre. He's going to tear Rod off very soon. It'll suck to not have Burning Head for the rest of the game, but it looks like actually the Mutant Rat Ogre did his stupid jump animation, went way past the Shaman Sorcerer, and now the Shaman Sorcerer is free to just run away and get to safety, so he'll be back. He'll be fine. Plague Priest summoning some Plague Monks for more infantry to stop the infantry of Norska. And the Globes are still trying. They're throwing everything they got at the walls before they get shut down here. Marauder Bearmen with great weapons on them. They're pretty fast. They'll keep up with those Skavens. Gutter Runner's trying to shoot Wolfric. He is silver shielded, 100 armor, and on foot though, so really not an ideal target for them. He is just going to sprint straight at him. Burning Head Caster is back, and he's now running away from the Mutant Rat Ogre. If you get your charge, you might be able to catch him. Otherwise, he is going to outrun you. No jump. Already fell behind. Burning Head through a summoned Plague Monk. I'm sure this Skaven are fine with that, because it's summoned, it's not real. And still the Marauder Bearmen and Marauder Charge are just waddling up as we have some Rat Ogres rally and pile back into them, trying to hold them in place for Globes to turn and get a big volley onto 3 units. And they unfortunately don't get the biggest volley. They got a little bit of damage, but not enough. Another Seafang tears through the Skaven line. Skaven are up on the balance of power, and I would tend to agree. Things are going okay. But I do get concerned about these Marauders just walking ominously after their Globes for the rest of the game as their front line has faded away entirely. 1 Globe at half HP, another Globe at half HP that I see, another Globe at half HP in routing, and another Globe at like a quarter HP, and it just rallied now. Wolfric is starting to get the better of Throt in that engagement. Skin Wolves are currently doing well, but with the Mutant Rat Ogre charge, they're going to tear out super quickly, so they'll be gone in a second, and then maybe Throt and the Mutant Rat Ogre can beat up Wolfric together. Norska has a big second wind coming. Those health bars are low, but Norska's relatively courageous with their rage. They should be coming back into the fold. And the Skaven are getting herded back towards the white line. Even if they rally, they're not going to have a lot of space to pivot and maneuver. Throt took a shellacking in that blob fight, does have to run away and regen, and all of a sudden Norska's looking pretty good on the balance of power. They're starting to pull a little ahead as the Skaven still scatter their poison globes to the winds and try and find somewhere for them to get a good shot in. Mutant Rat Ogre surrounded by infantry and skinwolves and Wolfric. There's finally the terror out to give it a little bit of breathing room away from those armored skinwolves and globes in the background are trying to damage these Marauder Bearmen. But the Bearmen aren't as clumped up as the globes would like, so the first volley was kind of inconsequential. Second one does more work, but still not enough. Plague Priest is still around, maybe get some summons. Skinwolves find their way onto more globes. The Skaven are in a bit of trouble. We can rely on Throt's healing. We can rely on summons in the late game, maybe, possibly. There's another Sea Fang, just kind of pokes Gutter Runners. Not a lot of great targets for them at this point. Both these clan rats are summons, so yeah, doesn't want to waste a Sea Fang on those, and that seems pretty appropriate and smart. Marauder Bearmen, all immune to psychology. The terror of Throt, the terror of the Mutant Rat Ogre, not affecting them in the slightest. Seems we have a Burning Head coming through. It is going to hit the Clan Rat summon, cause them to rout. It will also do some friendly fire against the Marauder Bearmen, which is a little unfortunate. Lowers Throt's leadership technically by burning him, but yeah. Overall, a little more friendly fire there than was worth, unfortunately. For the Skaven, we have 2 globes left. One is running for its life. The other one is standing its ground currently. Trying to just hold with the blessing of supreme firepower. Bearmen walking with Throt. Not sure where they're actually trying to go or if they were trying to attack Throt and just walking in place. But the globes are going to turn and try and help. Well, the Mutant Rat Ogre is going to jump and try and terror out the Marauder Spearmen. So it's like damage the things that can't terror out and terror out the things that are threatening your damage. Seems to be a good little strategy. But the Marauder Spears hold for now. Super low leadership. There's the terror out right next to the white line. They might go off, but the Skinwolves are going to chase down Throt. Plague Priest needs a summon for now as the globes try and get damage out. They're not getting too much damage on those Skinwolves, however. And yeah, Plague Priest does get a Clan Rat summon out for now. Still, the globes are kiting back. In the background, we have some Marauder Bearmen beating up on Skaven Spears. And the Vermin summon is already gone. Already routing. Plague Priest going to try and hold. Has contaminated for the leadership debuff in the late game. Marauder Spear's thinking about leaving, but not quite. Throt and the Mutant Rat Ogre fighting side by side again. Going to terror out the Skinwolves right next to the edge of the map. As the Burning Head tries to do the same thing for the Poison Globedeers, but it's not going to work. They will hold for now. Those spears that routed are back. Skinwolves are running parallel to the white line, not towards it, so they might actually rally. We will see, but Wolfric in the meantime gets bullied. Throt and the Mutant Rat Ogre both managed to get several hits in on him. Skinwolves turn towards the white line. Do they rally? Do they go off? They go off the map. Very unfortunate for Norska, because they had positive leadership. They could have come back. Now the balance of power is in the Skaven's favor as Throt and the Mutant Rat Ogre continue to beat up on Wolfric, drag him down a hill, and Throt's going to turn back towards the Firecaster. We still have Skinwolves in the area. We still have Marauder Bearmen in the distance. Wolfric, can you survive? Throt, can you hold on? Oh, he's actually taking a lot of damage, and his leadership's falling. Throt is actually about to rout for the second time this game. No, he holds for now. His terror saves him. Terror routs off the Skinwolves. Terror routs off the Shaven Sorcerer, and the Mutant Rat Ogre is trying to chase the Skinwolves, trying to make them actually rout so they don't just turn around and beat his ass to death, but they do rally. Plague Priest is coming over with his -10 leadership on Contaminated. He could do a lot of work, but speaking of a lot of work, the Skinwolves surrounding the Mutant Rat Ogre can get their vengeance out quickly before the Plague Priest shows up, before those Poison Globes show up. Throt is back, regenerating and fast, and he is charging down Wolfric the Wanderer to lower the leadership of the Skinwolves. If he kills Wolfric, he can save the Mutant Rat Ogre, and maybe the Plague Priest too, as the Skinwolves go to -1 leadership. They're gonna rout. There goes Wolfric, and that's probably the game as the Skinwolves leadership completely crumbles without him. Still have some Marauder Bearmen in the background. Whoa, double click, took me on an adventure. Marauder Bearmen chasing down globes as they have been all game. Army losses is gonna hit, and that was very, very close from Renataki and Bimarn. Throt almost got 1,000 value. Mutant Rat Ogre got 1,100 value. They were tanky. They did their jobs. Globes got a lot of damage value. Very nice from them. Gutter Runner struggled a bit. Rat Ogres also struggled a little bit. Inside, Wolfric did well. Burning Head casters struggled. Marauders, Marauder Bearmen. I mean, it's going to be mixed value overall, but just their constant pressure was good. And the Skinwolves got a little bit of damage back. Still didn't quite pay for themselves, but it was looking rough at first, and then they rallied and regened and did some good things. GG. Roar. Subscribe, yes, yes.